Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish the tea. And your dish darlings, with Big Meach.
Can't wait. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach.
Darling.
This is a Don't Come Out of a Bag edition, and I titled today's show, Hurt People. Okay? Now, you guys know I've been on this rant or trying to expose this rant or whatever with Monique, and I'm going to continue. Okay? Because last week when we talked, I was trying to beat around the bush and not get into a couple of things. Well, since that development, Monique has said that Tyler Perry called them. Yes. After the podcast that she and her husband did, which is their radio show. They do a radio show every week called Monique and Sidney's Open Relationship. Now, I try to catch it as often as I can, but, I don't set my alarm and stuff to it, so a lot of episodes I miss, but they do archive. So you can go back and catch the shows and this, that, and the other, similar to this format that we have here at Blog Talk Radio, okay? But this particular episode, they decided to film it. Well, I don't want to say this particular one because they usually film a lot of theirs that you can catch it live when they're on, okay, and watch them. And so they filmed this one on Periscope, or however, everybody keeps saying Periscope, but I guess that's what they did. And in this, they explain the whole reason as to why she says she has this beef with Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. So that's just to set that up because I'm going to need a little time for this one. Okay? Now, listen to me carefully. Like I said, honey, I have been on this thing with Monique because it has just become such a hot topic. Okay? It's in the news everywhere, and she has just done her thing the way that she does it, and it has caused quite a stir. Now, y'all know last week when we talked, we had the whole thing where she went on this thing in her comedy act. Now, this was not a taped piece. This here was, she's doing her regular stand-up routine, and like most folks do when they have a cell phone camera, they decided to tape it, However, the only part of the act that made headlines was about, a minute and 40-second piece where she went on this rant about Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah Winfrey. She said folks ask her all the time about the blackball issue. And I'm going to give you what I can remember. I'm not going to say this is a direct quote, but you guys could go online and find it. But basically what she said was she was not blackballed, she was whiteballed by some dicks that had no balls. Okay? And so she went on to say, yes, she's underpaid, yes, she's not treated fairly, and et cetera, et cetera. And so, if, they can all suck my dick if I had one. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Thank you, Oprah Winfrey. All of y'all could suck my dick if I had one. Okay? So, that went everywhere. Okay? What's she up? What's the tea? Why is she mad at Oprah? And this, that, and the third. And during her live, she and her husband's live periscoping, and when they did the recording for their show, Monique and Sidney's Open Relationship, she offered an explanation. Not that she had to, but she decided to address the issue because it became such a viral thing. And in that, she shared with us that the reasons why she was upset or had this disdain for Oprah, Tyler, and we all know the Lee Daniels thing, okay? We all know Lee Daniels, the issue with that. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to cross-reference a couple of things because in this rant that she did, she also added a couple of names, and I won't say that she was necessarily upset with them or put them in part of the quote-unquote rant. However, what it has done was put a question mark as to whether or not this is going to turn into something, okay? And I said that because in her podcast, she also mentioned Steve Harvey and Cheryl Underwood, okay? Now, in this rant, or in her explanation, she was saying that, she's heard the term, that's my friend, from people, and she says that during all of this controversy, that only 2 people ended up calling her to wish her well and to say they supported her. And of the 2 people, one of them was friend to the show, Lunell. Y'all remember Lunell came on? Yes, comedian. And the other is her TV daughter, Countess Vaughn. Okay? So Countess gave her a call and, Mama, you cool? And this, that, and the other. I got your back. Which is a beautiful thing, honey, because, when it feels as though you're up against the world, honey, it is important to know that people are going to stand in your corner and not throw you under the bus or give a cold shoulder, or better yet, do like the disciples did to Jesus, honey, turn their back and deny him and carry on. Jesus told the children, honey, you're going to deny me 3 times before this thing. Go, oh, no, I'm not Jesus. And yes, he did. Okay? So it's one thing to know that you have support, okay? And so she continued in her rant by saying, or not the rant, this ain't the rant, this is the explanation, by saying that, these people have said that they are friends, but yet no one has given her a call. And she, Brother Steve Harvey, and things, and he's not giving her a call. Then she went to Sister Cheryl Underwood, and when she got to Cheryl, Cheryl had said a couple of words, and I played that for y'all when we did the episode last week. I played it when Cheryl had said, what she said and things, and, always about the redemption tour and things, and what she had to do because she herself had been on this particular list, because of her attitude. And she was explaining how when she and Mo got into the whole thing together, they was on that grind. And Mo said the same thing. In the beginning of this shit, Cheryl had a reputation. You don't fuck with her. You don't fuck with Cheryl. Okay? And that was cool. So, they ride or die chicks, on the circuit. Now, Monique did say this. She said, well, we're not girlfriends as in the fact we running buddies and carrying on. We girlfriends in the fact that we sisters in the struggle with in the industry. You know how we got those friends? You know how you got your bar friends and shit? Y'all cool and shit every time you go out. That's my girl, And you always see each other at the bar. Well, her explanation of that is reminiscent of that. We in the struggle and carrying on. Yeah, we work together. We may have a cute business relationship together. You know what I'm saying? And carry it on. However, Cheryl went on to say that, with her, she had to, she realized that possibly she was sabotaging her relationship and her career because, of this, she had gotten on this list or whatever, and she was considered to be someone who was very argumentative and folks didn't want to work with her. So Cheryl went on to say that she had to talk with someone who she respected, who gave her the heads up, was like, bitch, you know, you need to know how to shut your goddamn mouth. You know, basically, I'll just cut to the chase of it. You know, shut your damn mouth and this, that, and the other. Because, yes, even though this ain't fair, that ain't fair, this, that, and the other, you got to pick and choose your battles. Because you can't respond to any and everything, you know, in the form that you're doing, because it's going to hurt you in the end, okay? Now, what Cheryl did say is that it causes a problem because most comedians use the stage as their way of dealing with their hurts and carrying on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in the business. You know, as a performer myself, we all know that the stage is very therapeutic. So I can get out there and do whatever I need to do. The emotions that I have, if I'm acting in a scene, I can throw that emotion in that character. If I'm doing my drag shows or whatever, I pick my numbers and carry on that's going to allow me to emote the emotion that I need. Hell, I can sit down there and get caught up in a song, you know, and I can cry and actually get paid for crying because the bitches are there thinking it's part of the show. No, honey, I'm sitting there getting something involved for me. You know what I'm saying? And yet the stage is very therapeutic. However, in this case, what I'm about to give to y'all, honey, Mo can't just use the stage. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, Cheryl continued on to say, you know, that she had to learn how, you know, she said, I knew when I was being unreasonable when I was asking for shit, okay? She said, and when other people were asking for stuff in my name or on my behalf. And she said, you can't go be being Billy Badass on my name because then that's going to fuck it up and I can't get no work. Okay? Now, that there was a strong reference. Cheryl didn't call no names, and then she was saying that this was in her life, but it was alluded to the fact that comparing the situation to Monique's situation, we all know that Monique's husband is also her manager and business partner, okay? So Mo got on, and she got real black girl with me, honey. Very, very, very black girl. And when she did this, it kind of pissed me off. And I'll tell you why, okay? Now, get it, honey. One of the things that I love about a sister is when she can stand by her man, honey. When you got one, and he real good to you, I mean real good to you, it's in your best interest to stand by your man. And, you know, that's been part of Mo's comedy, honey, because we know Monique. She always talk about it. She got one joke when she said, listen, honey, one of the things you don't do is that you don't let a bitch come over to your damn house when you ain't there. Okay? She said, what the hell is this, honey? You don't meet me at my house. If I get off work at 6 o'clock, honey, you don't come over to my house until 8, bitch. So you don't beat me at my motherfucking house and my man is there. You know? She said, hell, you know, when I leave, every bitch leave, honey. Hell, not even mama. Mama grab your coat too, shit, honey. Okay? That's one of her jokes. That's from the Queens of Comedy. Okay? Now, she sits down there and she says that, and I applaud her for that attitude because a lot of women do not support their men. We got a lot of bitches out here, honey, who have become the men that they think that they want. Okay? And I'm going to say it again. We have a lot of women out there who have become the men that they claim that they want. You understand? Okay? And for those of you who don't, I'm going to tell you. Okay? I'm going to tell you. A lot of y'all are very aggressive. You treat your man in your kind of way. He always a bunch of bitch niggas, this, bitch niggas, that. You disrespect him in front of his friends. You disrespect him in front of his children. You just flat out disrespect him. You do not let him have the authority that he needs to have in the household. For those of you who don't believe in submitting to your husband, submit does not mean do or bow down. Submit just means that if you're going to recognize him as the head of the household, then let him guide and lead the house. However, now on the flip side of that coin, we got a lot of motherfuckers out there who don't know how to be leaders. Okay? They don't know how to be leaders. And because of that, women have become so used to that kind of man, so all he good for is a roll in the hay. And even then, honey, we got now Bob's, honey, battery-operated boyfriends, to where the whole idea of I don't need a man for shit has permeated the female species. And now, in this era of I can do it all woman, honey, and I am the shit, the man now has become so soft where the woman now she has become the man that she says she wants. So when she goes out to find one, it's a hard struggle because now we got to deal with, I'm a strong black woman bullshit. And y'all know we had that show a few weeks ago. Are you a strong black woman or are you a fucking bully? Okay? Now, I digress because I want to set that up because I really believe in what it is that she stands for when it comes to her and her husband and her marriage and her family. I ain't knocking her for that because, goddammit, you stand behind your family, especially when it's operational and it's functional, and they got kids. You understand? So you got to keep that family unit together. However, I am going to put a proviso on this. Okay, I am going to put a proviso on this because one of the things that you have to understand is that if you're going to stand in your truth, stand in your truth. Okay? Identify what is truth versus what is false. And anytime you got shit that's coming up against it, honey, if you go open your mouth to address some of it, address it all. She came up on Cheryl because Cheryl said Billy Badass, and like I said, she got black girl on me because she was like, okay, hold on, sister, because I'm taking that to mean that you're talking about my husband. Okay? And I'm going to ask you, where is yours? Who is your Billy Badass? Okay? And when she did that, I was like, oh, bitch, you going to go there. Okay? She got real black girl on me with that. And I'm like, okay. And the reason why it pissed me off, because this is not the first time that Mo and Sidney had to deal with the idea or the conversation that Mo's husband's mouth is possibly to blame for a lot of the bullshit that's going on. Before this even got into the way of anything, when they had the Monique talk show and the Monique show and Karen was adored. I used to go down there on a few occasions and things and was in the studio audience and all that. I told you I think I got blacklisted because they stopped sending me tickets or information to get tickets because when I was there, I'm there and so I'm watching it like I'm watching it at home, So I would comment and say, I'm on the audience, okay, girl, how it going, girl? I'm talking back because, shit, I'm there. And I had the production assistants come to me once and tell me the cameraman can pick all that up and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, damn. Now, one time I was there, Marlon Jackson was on that particular show. And I'm sitting right in the front, And Mo said to me, she said, brother, you acted like you were at church and carrying on. She said, okay. She said, I hear you over there, amen. And she said, you got to go on. She said, now, if you feel like that, child, and the show move you like that, do your shit. And that came from her. Well, hell, she the host of the show. Then I got all the production assistants telling me, shut the fuck up. So it was a conflict of interest. So, I'm being myself, but at the same time, honey, they said, okay, fuck it, we just start sending this motherfucker tickets. That's what we'll do. So they end up cutting me out. That ain't Mo's fault at all. She didn't know about it, I guess. I don't even think she knew about it because she didn't handle it. That's not the part of the show she handled. So that was my little gag over this shit. I'm like, okay, my mom keep telling me my mom gonna get me in trouble and shit. But hell, I was watching it like I'm watching it at home. It wasn't loud and obnoxious, but loud enough because when you tape a TV show and carrying on, those microphones are very, very sensitive. They pick up everything. Okay, all right. So, being down there at the show and carrying on when it was operational, when it went off the air, some of her PAs were friends of mine, or at least acquaintances of mine. Okay, and so the buzz had started then about, damn, a lot of this is not necessarily on her, it's her people, And I was hearing about, this is possible, it could be her husband, because, her husband is her husband that. But I'm sitting up there saying to myself, child, you know, it can't be all that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what the negotiation table is. Now, child, I'm not going to get in her business like that because I don't know. You know, and most of us don't. And, no, excuse me, all of us don't, except for those who are at that damn table. Her husband, the other people, the lawyers, and carrying on when they're trying to put the deal together. So we don't know what the fuck that is. And trying to sit down there and get into that and act as if we ought to know, that's very arrogant of all of us. Okay, that's very arrogant. At the same time, I'm going to tell you what I've experienced. Okay? I'm going to tell you what I experienced. This ain't no second-hand bullshit. This is what I experienced. And I told y'all last week, you know, this, that, and the other. So let me. I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison, okay? Because I'm at this particular part. This is when it's finna get real, okay? Because I'm gonna start off by saying this, Monique, darling, I love you with every fiber of my body, every fiber of my being. I think you are an amazing woman. I believe in your talent. And more than just your talent, honey, I believe in who you stand for as a human being. Okay? I believe that you generally are a sweet spirit who is about the empowerment and the betterment of all, particularly your black sisters. Because I listen to you. I've watched you on many different shows, and I've watched you on many different interviews. One in particular that I wish we had talked about when you was on my show, but I'll get to that in a minute. One in particular that I adore you for was when you were on Patti LaBelle's show. When Patti had her not out all night. It was Living It Up with Patti LaBelle on TV One. And you sat down with Patti and you told her how you appreciated her for giving you a call when you were going through your divorce and carrying on and this and that. I said you shared in that particular moment how you had to appreciate your oldest son's stepmother because she was the mother to your child when you couldn't be. You shared those stories with the amount of dignity and the amount of adulation that you gave that sister because she did something that you wasn't able to do, and you bowed down and gave her her crown and was like, Miss Steen, you know, I'm not trying to rain on you or comfort you in your parade like that because, bitch, you was there when I couldn't be because I'm trying to get this career together. And my son didn't understand that at the time. And you also went public and saying how with your first child that, you know, trying to get your career together, the industry, you know, tore that relationship up, but you guys are much better now. You know, now that he's an adult and carrying on, and he also was one of the producers of your show. Shalon came on, no, Shalon, not Mark Jr., but, you know, was able to come on and be one of the producers and get it together because he wanted to see, and you got him working and all this and the other. It's your first son and things you gave accolades to the stepmom and carried on. How that was her who went to the hospital and stuff when he had earaches and when he had stomach aches because you was on the road. And you sat up there, you shared that shit with us, girl. And I tipped my wig, I tipped my hat, I bowed because I was like, I don't know any other sisters who's going to sit down there and do that. Okay? That's how real you are. And I give you all of that. Because when you went on Dr. Oz and he sat down there, you were sitting down there with those women in that audience, and you broke it down to them on how to do this and how to do that, how we need to come up out of some of these attitudes or whatever, if we say we want to keep a man in the house. When you sit down there and got real with them about that, when you got real with them about their health, hell, even on that show, you learned how to save your own goddamn legs. Because you was a bitch who said, fuck it, I've been hurt, and I don't like saving my legs and blah, blah, blah. And you learned how to shave your own legs, girl, to where now you say, oh, okay, we do it this way. And you learn something. So now, you know, you keep your legs nice and smooth and silky soft for your man. and this, that, and the other. See, that's how real you are, bitch. And I love you for that. I love you for that. And if you could be that real, what I'm about to say to you, sister, I hope you take it in love and in the spirit that it's coming from. Because, Miss Thing, you need therapy. And I'll tell you why. This whole rant about you and Oprah, girl, I did not realize how hurtful this has been for you. You're talking about, and we're going to take the pressure shit out of it because the pressure shit came later, okay? That whole thing about her and Tyler and everything not standing up and defending your character and this, that, and the other, and being behind the scenes when Lee and all these other folks were saying difficult shit about you and carrying on, that there is semantics. Yeah, I could be pissed about that too, and I got you. I got your back on that. I understand when you got bigger wigs and folks with money who didn't come up to the table. They kept their goddamn mouths shut when they could have said, see, a word from them could have shut down Lee's shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got you. I understand that part of completely. But this thing with Oprah has hurt you so deeply to where when we watch that video, the Periscope video, I'm watching you fight back tears. I'm watching you with your fingers moving and shaking and shit. I'm watching you bite your lip. I'm watching that leg simmer up under the table because you hurt. You are hurt and are still dealing with something that is now 7 years old. Yeah, your parents appeared on that Oprah Winfrey show on April 19th, 2010. Okay? When you sat up there and told us that, you know, Oprah and Carrie on called you and things and this, that, and other about Gerald, and you sat up there and said, oh, you know, our sister didn't have to do that. You know, that was solid. You know, how genuine. You know, this, that, and the other. How wonderful for her to do that because she didn't have to. They could have just went on about their business, did the show, and, you know, just said, fuck me and this, that, and the other. I got you. Footnote that, please, because like I said, I'm doing the side show comparison. I want you to put a pin right there. Now, what you said along in your explanation was after you finally had this time at Ashley Woodard's house to say your piece because you didn't address it when she called you back after that show. When you said to her you addressed it and this, that, and the other, and Oprah said to you, if you think that I've hurt you, then I apologize. I'm going to tell you, when I went further and researched, I found a clip from when Barbara Walters interviewed you right after Gerald was on that show. And Barbara asked you, did your brother ever apologize? And your response was, my brother said to me, if you think I hurt you, then I'm sorry. Bam. Right there. That is a trigger to where someone who has knowingly violated you sat down there and gave you this simple-ass apology, okay, to try to cover it up and take them off of it. And here you have Oprah Winfrey, the woman who sat down there and told you, said to her, when you first met her, before you got butted with your career and this, that, and the other, sister, you are somebody, honey, I want to be just like you when I grow up, when I get this, and this. And you said, she said to you, hard work, do the work, honey, and you could get there. Here you have someone who you have been looking up to your entire career, someone to where hard work has paid off, and you got there to the Oprah show on a few occasions, to where even your hard work got her to be an executive producer on a movie that you won the motherfucking Oscar for. Sat down there and gave you this half-ass apology that the same one that your brother gave you who violated you for saying you need therapy. Because, just like you said in the movie, in the clip, we didn't know nothing about that, sister. We did not know anything about none of that The first time that I heard about quote-unquote beef was when you did your live recording. The one that's on Amazon. The one that's $7.99 that's on sale. The one that I bought that's funny as shit. But that's the first time that I've heard it. Now, whether you said it before then, I don't know, because I have not come to a live concert of yours as of yet. Honey, I work, and y'all know how that goes. Okay? Every time you're somewhere, honey, I'm working, and it's not on the off day. And, honey, just like you, I got to make my coin, too. So I bought it, and that's the first time that I've heard anything that you were pissed, mad, you know, it threw you off of this, that, and that. Now, on the recorded piece, that was funny as hell because it became part of the show. Okay? It was part of the show. We could joke it through and this, that, and the other. I got that. Lovely. Now that this blew up into something and you're able to, you know, you're expressing your thoughts and your anger with it and carrying on, and your hurt and your pain. The thing I understand, you got a man at home that can sit down there and, you know, wipe your tears. He got the snot from your nose and this, that, and the other. He done sat down there and took care of you, let you lay down in the bed when you ain't feel like fucking with the world and carried on. He done took care of the kids. He done sat there and gave you your break and your time whenever this shit got to bothering you and carrying on. But let's say some things a man ain't going to do. You got to come up out of that because he's too close to it. Y'all said y'all been best friends since y'all were 14. Everybody 50 now, honey. You're talking 35 damn years of a friendship, and of those 35 years, you've been married for 10. Okay? So, yeah, he's close to the situation or whatever. You need some professional help, somebody outside of it, to where you can sit down there and process that down so you can get to the root of that and snatch it up so that it won't hurt you like that, because I watched you. Now, let me go on to something else, because like I said at the top of this page, you came up and said that Tyler Perry called you. Okay, Tyler called you and your husband and things and this, that, and the other, and, you know, y'all was able to clear some shit up. But I'm going to tell you again, you sat there in the recorded piece and said, Tyler said, I saw your podcast and I saw your pain. And you want to sit up there and say, nigga, that's not pain or hurt. That's honesty. Stop. Yes, it's honesty when you talk about what the real is. But let's say, do not sit down there and say that's not pain, because we watched you crying through it. We watched you cry through it. Okay? Wiping back tears. So acknowledge the hurt, girl. Acknowledge the goddamn hurt. If you big ball ass and Billy Badass to say what the fuck the truth is, acknowledge that hurt. Because it fucked you up, girl. And no, it ain't fair. No, it wasn't right. That hurt you. That hurt you. Acknowledge that, sister. Acknowledge that. If you're going to talk about this damn story, girl, and you want to be real and transparent and talk about shit that we don't know what happened behind the scenes, yeah, talk about those nights. Because that hurt you. And what you're looking for is some kind of redemption, somebody to validate that hurt, to say, bitch, damn, I did not know. When you sat down there and said that you said some personal shit, that Oprah said that y'all going on the phone for hours about family. Oprah, everybody knows she's been molested and carrying on. And I'm sure y'all sat down there, girlfriends, talking about y'all experiences and comparing notes and this, that, and the other, comparing the hurt, comparing how, you know, this, that, and the other. This is a family. Yours was a family member. Hers was a family member. What all that was, the dynamics of the family. Blah, 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 definitely smash. And you feel as though she blindsided you. Yes, that is hurt. Step into it, sister. Step into it. Acknowledge that. And then when you have your conversation with her, I'm going to say this. If you have this conversation with Oprah and you bring that shit to the stage, bitch, I will be upset forever. And the reason why, if you make any kind of jokes about it or whatever, outside of telling the folks that she came and y'all had your sister talk or whatever, because you didn't do that with Nolly Love. when Lonnie sat up there and y'all had y'all little spat with Lonnie or whatever, you went on the Rio, y'all sat up there crying together in hugs and shit. And after it was over, you said, okay, yes. Lonnie said, I said some things, you know, trying to be a comedian and jokey and this, that, and the other, and y'all called and corrected her, and she said, oh, well, I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. Yes, she was hurt because she hurt you. You was hurt because you're, okay, we took the friends or whatever, and y'all was able to clear that up to where when they invited you on the Rio, bitch, y'all was able to sit down there, hug, and embrace and cry it out. You see what I'm saying? You didn't get up on stage and talk about that. So I'm hoping you don't do this with Oprah. And when it happens, they're able to squash this shit like sisters and call it grace. You know what I'm saying? Because what you have evoked and have shared with us is a hurt that only all of us know on a deep level. We all have that kind of hurt. We got that one something in our lives where that kind of hurt, you know, is real. And it's not like you could just say that to anything. You can't joke about that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping, it is my praise report, that whenever the real conversation happened with you and her, you and Oprah Gail, okay, Monique, I knew your middle name, I can't think of it. You, okay, Miss Imes, Monique Imes, Jackson, Hicks. I forgot the other married name. She did marry 3 times. But, yes, honey, I am so hoping that happens for you. Okay? I'm so hoping. Okay? Now, let me do a cost comparison. Okay? How much time I got, damn it? Because there may have to be a part 2. Now, like I said, footnote it. Because, see, you are. Let me compare to when I say I'm coming from personal experience. Okay? Because before I do that, let me say this, because I did bring up Steve Harvey. Now, I don't know. I'm going to say this because it appears that way to me. It appears, ever since there had been this little thing, when Monique and Steve had toured together, there was this whole big old thing because folks got mad at Mo for saying Jesus is my nigga, okay, or whatever the case was, and it was a joke, and Steve had addressed this on his show and this, that, and the other, and Steve was like, honey, I can't control nobody how they write their material or whatever. I'm getting ready. All I know is Mo was up there killing. Okay, she doing her thing the way she do her thing. Mo was killing. Only thing I know is right after that little controversy or whatever, you was not on that tour anymore. I don't know if you left, he told you to leave, whatever. I don't know all that. All I know is at one point you had come off of that tour. But it had just appeared, and it seemed that ever since then, whatever that was between y'all seemed to have been a little different. Okay? Because even on your interaction on Family Feud, as the cast of Almost Christmas, it just appeared that y'all were kind of like estranged. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just going based on my limited information and what I saw on the damn TV. And we all know sometimes the TV lie. Okay? But it just appeared. And then for you to sit up there and say, okay, Steve, you claim to be my friend and this, that, and that, and ain't nobody called me. I just signed that correlation to be a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's too coincidental to be a coincidence. Okay? So I'm hoping that there's I don't think there's any bad blood or nothing. I just hope that if there's a disagreement or misunderstanding or whatever, that it's been worked out and handled, and maybe y'all schedule just got too busy, y'all just haven't been able to catch up. That's how I'm going to put it. They haven't been able to catch up. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that. And I'm making that reference because you referenced Steve Harvey in the thing. This whole thing with Cheryl, again, like I said, let me go and make my comparisons. Because standing by your man is one thing, honey. I give you all of that. I say this all the time. One thing that you cannot do with a black woman and a sissy, honey. Now talk about their goddamn man. Because if you talk about that man, honey, that's your ass. I don't care if this motherfucker is a mass murderer and carrying on. I don't care what the hell the man done did. You better not put your lips on my man's name. Better not come out your lips adversely. Okay? Or else we're going to have a problem. Now, that there is within the culture of African-American women, possibly Latino children. I'm going to say people of color, because I don't know white women who do that at the rate and things that we do. I'm sure they do. But in our culture, honey, we see that all the time. We've seen bitches in the streets fighting and pulling each other's hair and this, that, and the other forever and a day. Okay? Now, like I said, you got upset at the Billy Badass reference, honey, and if you're talking about my man, it's always funny that everybody got something to say ain't never got a man. Well, let me tell you something, honey. I don't have one. I don't need one, honey. I'll fuck what I want to fuck and carry it on, and we're going to call it grace. But I'm going to come like this. In my personal experience, I'm not saying this is who he was, because he wasn't Billy Badass as far as I was concerned, but I can see how he can get misconstrued. Okay, because of my personal experience. For those of you who are listening, honey, y'all know I said this last week. You know, Mo was scheduled to come on the show, and this, that, and the other. I had technical difficulties like I'm having now. Okay, we only have 15 or 20 minutes. You know, we did our little thing. I sat there and, trying to be cute, girlfriend, girl, I got an idea, blah, blah, blah. After I said my shit, Mo shut it down. Okay? Egg on my face, got that. Okay? Got it. Okay? Now, here's where my comparisons come to be. Because I got a phone call. I sent an email to say thank you for your time, because they didn't have. Now, mind you, I will be 8 years old this year. So since the Oscars and shit, I've been trying to get her to come on my show. When we met and carried on, I've been trying to get her to come on my show. They could have said no. They did for the last 7 years. I was off the radar. Okay. So, with that being said, I sent over a thank you email. I got a call. It was from Sidney. Now, mind you, we missed each other, so we call each other back, blah, blah, blah. Call me back when you get a chance, blah, blah, blah. So we finally connected. And so he was asking me about what I said as far as this idea, And I'm like, oh, that's cute. So I thought, blah, blah. So I just said what I said, about the idea. And the brother said, well, since you are one who can give advice and give ideas, then that must mean that you could take advice. Now, that's a disclaimer, y'all. That's a disclaimer. So I said, well, of course, sure, And so he went on to explain to me that I wasted my time because me giving an idea like that is basically telling her how to run her business. And he said it would have me to question exactly everything about you, because the question that comes to mind is, how many TV shows have you executively produced in order to make an idea or have an idea or to suggest such an idea to an Oscar winner? Yeah, that's what he said to me. Okay? And I was like, whoa, okay. Mind you, it's all intact. It's not in any kind of vicious way or whatever. It was enough for me to blow my head back or whatever. But now, if you remember the movie The Bad Seed, I want you to go get the original one, The Bad Seed, with Nancy Kelly and Patty McCormick. And I want you to pay attention to the scene when Miss Fern come over and they sit down to have a conversation about Rhoda. Yeah. See, that's the kind of tact that he had. See, it's back in the 40s in that particular era where folks were able to sit down and have a disagreement and they could still shake hands when it was all said and done. Honey, well, thank you for coming by. Oh, thank you, my pleasure, for having you over. It was one of those kind of conversations. okay? But then it had me to question everything about me in that particular moment because I felt like I had failed. It shook me because this was somebody who I wanted on the show, and I had to tell him that. Wait a minute, back up, brother. Because he gave me, I remember when Monique first started off, and she remembers when she first got started, and how she was very grateful for those who helped her. And we knew we were not calling into a major radio show. And we knew that, you're trying to get big. So we did this as a favor to you to help you out. And you wasted your time because your audience didn't get to hear Monique. Your audience heard you give an idea. And we called in for an interview. Yeah, that was our conversation. Okay, so what I say, the whole Billy Badass reference, the thing, how you conduct your business, if you're going to stand in it, stand in it. And I got you. Because my whole thing is that I think folks don't understand how you handle your business. You know what I'm saying? When they come to the table, they're not knowing what to expect. But do not sit down here and get mad at everybody because they're saying that perhaps your husband's mouth is what's doing all this. Because there's more than one person saying it. So if this is going to be how you guys operate, stand in it. And if you stand up and be like, you know what, you fucks with me, honey, this is what it's going to be, then maybe everybody will have a different approach. But stand in it and stop trying to defend it. I think that's my point. Stop trying to fucking defend it. If this is who you are, because my takeaway from our conversation, was the fact that, and I said this before, I was being too girlfriend with you. I came in because I thought our rapport that we've had, it's been limited. I've been down to your show, call me up on stage to dance with you and shit. We had a little banter. We'd have been to the damn the drag show bar and carrying on when the Monique impersonator did you in front of you. We took pictures that night together and shit. I'm thinking that, I'm cool. And my takeaway from that was, bitch, you don't know me like that to get that kind of cool yet. Okay? That's my lesson. I got that all day. Okay? Hard motherfucking pill to swallow. Yeah, y'all put that horse tranquilizer down my throat. Okay? Because I didn't swallow that bitch willingly. You rammed it down my throat. But I got it. Okay? I got it. At the same time of me getting it, this thing, y'all try to defend this. Oh, don't come for my husband bullshit. Honey, stand in it. If this is how y'all do business, stand in it. Stand in it. If you got to explain it or whatever, explain this is who we are as business people. If you're going to come to us with a goddamn plan. Come to us in business. And let me give you credit because I think you are saying that in some regard. Because if you shit it, you maybe say, well, this motherfucker crazy. He's sitting up here. He ain't been paying attention. Maybe you are saying that, but get specific. Like you sitting up here doing this motherfucking right, telling the motherfucker to suck your dick. If you had one, just sit down there and tell it. If you're coming to me and Sidney, come to us with business and come to the table. Because this is how we're going to operate. And I'm going to tell you, because what it seems like, and if this here, take it like you want to take it, I feel it's a compliment. Because I'm seeing this like a reverse Jerry Maguire. Y'all remember Jerry Maguire? Regina King kicked ass in that motherfucking movie. Okay? You don't know about that movie without Regina King. Why? Because her character as the wife, she came up in there and was doing that goddamn business negotiations to Canada. What the hell is this contract? I know the four jewels of the sports endorsement: clothing, cars, shoes, soft drink. Let's just write that down. She was the business. Okay, and was the mouthpiece. And when the contract wasn't right or whatever, they sat down as husband and wife and said, no, sweetie, we determine what this is. This is our future. We have a house to build. So that's how you operate, girl. I will again bow down and tip my motherfucking wig to you. Stop defending that shit. Just be honest and real with it. Be honest and real with it. And stop sitting up there getting mad because somebody got your mouth on your husband. Because he's the mouthpiece right now. He's the mouthpiece. You said you did that at the Oscars. at the Oscars, when you got the damn thing, and the reporters got to asking you questions, you sat up there and said, "My husband handles the business. Would you like an answer to that question?" Then let me call my husband and come here, honey. And he came to the mic. Yes, I watched it. Okay, so if you did that at the goddamn Oscars, bitch, do that here. Stand in it. Stand in it. You don't have to defend it if it's true, but let it be true. Yes, my husband is my mouthpiece. Damn it, if you got to come to him to handle the business. If that's what this is, stop sitting down there trying to sit down there and act as if everybody wrong or they got their mouth on him or because you mad because they called him Billy Badass or whatever. If that's how y'all got y'all business set up, stand in that shit and stop trying to defend it, but let motherfuckers know how you roll. That's my take on it. And I'm coming from my experience. Because I know what our conversation was. And it wasn't malice, it wasn't malicious, but I feel say this, because one of the things he said to me, "Oh, this is not like I'm trying to call and read you about something," but that's what the fuck you did. You read me and tried to come for me for my conditions. Who the fuck are you to talk to an Oscar winner like this? Now, that's what I heard. That's not what you said, but that's what I heard. Okay? That's not what you said. That's what I heard. Okay? Now, if that's being Billy Badass and you want to stand in that because that's your truth about it, honey, stand in it. Stand in it. Because one of the things about Demetrius Dennis Taylor, a.k.a. Big Meach, is this: I stand in authenticity. I stand for it. We ain't got to agree about it, but if you stand for it, baby, and stand in it, then, honey, the world is yours. And I will say this to your credit. I wish everybody would stop saying she's fucking up her career. Because they are Hicks Productions. Honey, they executively produced Blackbird. They were executive producers on Bessie. All of her comedy stuff and stuff, they got a producer stake in. I want to say that they had some producer credit on Almost Christmas when they came on board with that. So it's not like she can't work. She got diehard fans, honey, who are going to follow her and her stand-up. That's why that road is important. That road is important to be out there with the people. Okay? So stop saying she done ruined something, because she could always make a coin. She may not make as much or whatever, but she can always make a coin. But I am going to say this as well. If you're going to stand in your truth, stand in your truth. Because here's the other faux part of that. In one instance, you would say, honey, it's not about the trophy. You know, the trophy is the trophy or whatever. It's all about the work and the quality of work and who we are as people and blah, 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 blah. In the same breath or in the next breath, now we sit up here hearing ever since you got that motherfucking trophy, it's all about your money. I'm underpaid. I'm this. I'm that. So which one is it? Are you underpaid for your talent, or is it because of this goddamn trophy and you feel as though you're not being handled right? Make your mind up with that. Once you answer that goddamn question honestly, then take everything else. Because if it's because of the trophy, I got you. You should be. Listen. The children on Friends made $2.5 or $2.3 million a motherfucking episode. That was Friends. And that was way back when. So when you sat down there and said Taraji and all them, Taraji needs to be making this kind of money, or ought to be. You know what I'm saying? Kerry Washington and this and the other. The sisters and things who are doing it. When you said that, yes, I stand behind you. I stand with you. I stand side by side. Bitch, I would take and lead this motherfucking march because you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But now, Miss Thing, stand in it. If you're going to sit down there and say, I'm worth this, just stand it. If you're going to sit down there and say, I'm worth this because I got this Oscar and that done took my bid up, as it should, then stand in it. Ain't no need of sugarcoating that shit, goddammit. What for? Stand in it. Stand in it. Stand in it. Stand in it. Stand on it. Stand with it. And since you're proud of your man, you already got somebody to stand right there with you. So he got your back. You got your kids to sit up there to make sure that you provide for and carry on. Hell, go research Tina Turner. Tina Turner said the exact same thing. She said, listen, honey, I had to get everything together. When she retired and left with her husband and lived over in fucking England, wherever the hell she lived now, Germany, Switzerland, somewhere, wherever she at, She said, I've earned this. I earned the right to retire. Stand there, sweetie. Stand right there. Folks got mad at her because she married a white man. Her and Roger Davies have been dating since What Love Got to Do With It came out. You know, it was 1984. Same thing you got here. You said y'all been best friends since 14. Bitch, stand in it. Stand in it. Stand in it to where it becomes your truth, to where you don't have to defend it, honey. It speaks for its goddamn self. You see what I'm saying? It speaks for itself. And that's my takeaway to you, sister. Because all this, that, and the other, I really think it's become a misunderstanding because you sound like an angry black bitch who got a chip on her shoulder. Okay? That's what you sound like. At the same time, it does not go without merit because you've been hurt. And you want to let the folks know, no, honey, if I'm mad, it's because of this. It's like me. If I sound like I'm bitter, hell yeah, you damn right I am. Because, shit, girl, y'all came for me, I felt. But it was in love, but it was a lesson that I needed. So it's not like I didn't get the lesson. But, yeah, I'm mad as hell about it because I got to take medicine. Nobody likes taking no goddamn medicine. You understand? Nobody likes taking it. So stand in it, sister. Stand in it. That's my take to you. And, yes, I'm going to make sure somebody hears this because I don't give a damn if they like it or not. Because they didn't like my idea when I sat there and said what I said about giving my idea. I don't give a damn because I'm going to be me. That's the one thing I had to take away from this. Yeah, it pissed me off, but I cannot be me because you didn't like who I was. And I'm sure you're saying the exact same thing. We say the exact same thing, sister. And I stand behind you. I support you. But I also want you to go get some therapy, honey, because that damn thing there has got you fucked up. Especially now that you said your father has passed on, your mother's health is ailing, and things, and you've got to process that. You've got to process that because perhaps she's preparing for transition as well. We don't know. God is in the miracle working business. At the same time, you still got to process all that. You have to process that. So, my sister, I'm giving you that. You take it however way you can take it. If you want to throw it in the trash, fine, because somebody will find a pot of gold in it. If it's something I love you can use, fine. I'm not looking for no accolades. I'm not even looking for a fucking phone call. Okay, because at this point, I think it's a moot point. Because whether you come back audition to or not, I hope you do one day. Okay, but whether you come back or not, what I'm doing can, will, and will always move forward, just like you. Just like you telling everybody else, fuck all that. It would kill me if I don't tell the truth, as you said. So stand in it, my sister. Stand in it. And you are hurt. You are hurt. Those tears are not tears of anger. Those tears are tears of hurt and pain, disappointment, mistrust. Stand in it, sister. Stand in it. And you have nothing to be ashamed about. Telling your truth, how you feel. Feelings are real, people. Feelings are real. What you cannot help how you feel. What you can help is how you react to it. You understand? How you react to it is how everything transpires. So having said all that, honey, yeah, I had to get it up off me. Okay? I had to get that up off me. I don't have a board, so if you got your hands up or whatever trying to come and say something, I don't have a screen to call you in, honey. So perhaps this was supposed to be for me to get this up off me because I've been holding this for a little piece of time. And now that she sat up there and said she done had the conversation with Tyler and this, that, and the other, y'all go on YouTube. Because another thing about that that's pissing me off is that we only got clips of it. You know, we only get sound bites. I don't get to lead into the joke. I don't get to what came after to sandwich it. So we don't get the whole thing. What we get is the highlight of it, the sensationalism of it. Okay? So, yeah, it's jokey. It's kind of like how they do with reality TV. You don't know what happened behind the scenes or whatever. All you get is the meat. Okay? Don't know if they use Miracle Whip or mayonnaise or mustard or whatever on this damn sandwich. You don't even know if they got white or wheat bread. Okay? I prefer rye. Okay, so with that, that's what we are. And I just got my 10-second, I think I got my 60-second or 30-second little countdown on this thing, and we're going to call it grace. Again, thank you for your time and your love and carrying on, honey. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, tell an enemy, but do know this, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing here that I'm doing will move forward. Go do your research. Edna Carr High School, New Orleans, Louisiana. Go research that. Y'all go get that clip up off of YouTube and blow that motherfucker up, because everybody needs to know about that school. How does an all-black academy or school who has a 100% graduation class, 89% college acceptance, $7 million worth of scholarships won, not make national news? That's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. You understand me? Y'all go spread that out. And with that, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, honey, because the tea has been dished. And you're dishing tea, my darling. With Big Meach. I'll talk to you next time, sweeties. Child.